All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Matty here from Chill TCG. So, just a couple days ago, we wrapped up the biggest Chill Series tournament of all time. 400 players, free entry. It was absolutely insane. We saw a lot of great new decks that came out from Battle Styles. We saw some old decks come back and have a really good showing. One of those is, of course, this deck list here that came first in this massive tournament, which was an awesome Decidueye list that was run by my man Rogerio. Is that how you say your name, my man? I got him on the call right here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right, awesome.
Nice talking to all of you.
Yeah, for sure. So we got him on call. We're bringing it back. We're going to be interviewing him, just quickly going over his deck list, talking about his run throughout the tournament, and kind of getting his opinions on, some things like that. We used to interview people pretty often here on the channel. We haven't done it for a little while, but I figured, why not, why not just bring it back? So how you doing, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Happy with the results, happy with the deck list, and I'm doing fine. Doing very well, actually.
For sure. Yeah, man. I mean, congrats on winning, right? It was a massive tournament. Yeah, very massive tournament.
Yeah.
Talk me through your decision to play Decidueye, especially going into this Battle Styles format. I mean, there's a lot of welder running around, but did you think that this was, a good choice going into this tournament?
The list I developed with my friend Danielle. We are training for Players Cup 3, so there is the new collection wasn't already allowed to play. So we played because we think that there were going to be a lot of Eternatus at that event, and we were right. I faced like six Eternatus on that tournament.
Yeah.
And I didn't pass phase 2 because I was 6-2. I faced an Egg-Clash ADP on the last the last game. So, but in the new meta, I think the only real problem is going to be Dragapult.
Yeah.
All the other matchups are kind of very easy to play. Blacephalon is a problem, but you can solve it with Tapu Fini. I have it on my list. I had it on my list in the place of Mew, but I decided to remove it. And I faced only one Blacephalon. I lost weight on the tournament, so I think it's a very very good deck for the new meta. And I think it's going to be even better now that I realize that Eternatus is still playing, so I don't think seeing a lot of Dragapults anymore.
Yeah,
I hope so, at least.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is like for the last week or so since Battle Styles came out, I don't think anybody really thought that anyone would play Eternatus.
I didn't.
Yeah, and it ended up doing. We only had a handful in our 400 player tournament, but the one that did make it to finals, of course, obviously, did very well, and I just don't think people were really prepared for it. Of course, you did play an E-turn in finals. That was the only E-turn that you played all tournament, and it seemed like a pretty good matchup for you. Again, like you said, you kind of built the list to counter Eternatus, and you can really see that. I think that... Sorry.
Actually, the list was built to counter Eternatus with... I don't remember the name of the Pokemon, but it damages itself. Spiritomb.
Oh, yeah.
It was built to counter Spiritomb, with the Mew and the Decidueye. Also, another thing, this list was built actually because I was playing with the Keeper, and a lot of Pokemons like Doom and stuff, but it was very very hard to defeat ADP. It was not easy because one Mallow and your game is done. So I tried to remove all the basic Pokemons as possible to face, and become a very very optimal list to face ADP. Actually, I lost only one game on a best of 3 to ADP, and I faced 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in the players. Yeah. So I mean, that's one thing too that I think people thought were interesting, because you are running the Sky Circus Rowlets, right? The one that has good synergy with Birdkeeper, but Birdkeeper, wasn't in this list. So I think some people were a little bit curious about that. So it's good to get your explanation there.
They're right. I was playing before with the Birdkeeper, and it wasn't like a last call, but on the last minute I was playing with the other list, But I realized, oh, it's going to be a lot of ADP because I saw the Limitless last tournament. So I changed the list and I just forgot to change the Rowlet.
Yeah, I mean, probably hurt
It
your
was just a
Dragapult matchup.
mistake.
Yeah, probably hurt the Dragapult matchup a little bit, but probably didn't matter too much in the long run, for sure.
Actually, it didn't matter because it was Dragapult for me. Just okay, I accept that I lost it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could help me, but I don't think I could win anyway.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, so a couple things here that people might notice is we don't see any scoop up nets in the list, which is interesting, but you know, again, you know, not that big of a deal for you at least going through the tournament. And another thing to notice is the 3 tag calls with the Guzma, Hala, Cynthia, Kaylin, and the 2 Mallow, Lana on top of 3 Big Charms. And this came in clutch, really came in clutch against the E-turn because with their limited single prize attackers, right, it's hard for them to kind of whittle through all your Decidueyes when not only the Big Charms are attached, but you're also healing with the Mallow Lanas. So it really came in clutch, and I think that the list does very well in matchups like that. So I think that you definitely, you know, were smart to build it like such.
Thank you.
For
Thank
sure.
you. Yeah, it's a very those are cards that helped me very much. Actually, I had one match against, let me see, Sandcarf, and it like was the only way for me to win, like Melolana and Guzma Hala for the weakness energy.
Yeah, right.
It was like the only way that I could do it.
You're right. No, and
it was very hard, even though.
For sure. Yeah, and that's the thing too is you only lost 3 games out of 14 in this entire tournament, or 17 rather. You played 17 games in the tournament, only lost 3, 2 of which were of course to Dragapult, which has you know, just a very good matchup against Decidueye with that first attack and the damage spread to the bench as well. That's a matchup that you're probably not ever going to win realistically. But you know, it is what it is. But the other loss was only to a Blacephalon, which is very interesting considering how much Welder was in the tournament. You beat 2 Mew 3 Welders, like you said, or 3 Mew 3 Welders, and like you said, you did beat Thomas Brophy there playing Centiskorch, which I did have a chance to talk to Thomas a little bit. He said that you know, he definitely drew kind of poorly, had some unfortunate luck, which definitely happens. But I think that yeah, the weakness guard with the Guzma Halas probably definitely can come in clutch for sure. You know, and you know, the Big Charms as well, Mallow Lanas kind of outlast those couple Volcanion that he might have in his deck. So, you know, it's super cool, man. It's definitely super cool. I know, I just, you know, personally going in, this was our first chill series of the new format, and I was excited to see all the new decks. But what I didn't expect for sure was to see Eternatus VMAXs versus Decidueye in the finals. But you know what?
I think no one saw that coming.
Yeah, I don't think anyone saw it coming either. My hope is that the whole format next week isn't all just Eternatus VMAX, right? I hope people prepare for that matchup now.
I think they will. I think they will. But I will be here with you. This is why, because they don't. If they don't.
For sure, man. And what I do notice is that you did beat 4 ADPs, and I got to assume that most of those probably weren't teching for Decidueye. We didn't see too many Aegislashes in those lists. Am I correct?
Yeah, there are no Decidueyes on Aegislashes on those lists. Because if they have it, there's also no matchup.
Right, for sure. For sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and also they were using only one Mawile. If they have two, also no matchup.
Right, exactly. No, exactly. And I think that was popular. I mean, when people were playing ADP before Battle Styles, it was very common to see the 2 Mawile in the list, right, as opposed to a Mawile ending an Aegislash. And
yeah, I've trained against 2 Mawiles, like for the play script 3. I've been training against 2 Mawiles. Yeah, you can win, but it's very hard. So when I come to the tournament and was only the most decks were really using only one, I was kind of happy, and were kind of very easy matchups actually.
For sure. Yeah, no, 100%, bro. 100%. People got to wake up, man. I mean, I think, and that's always how Decidueye goes, right? It's like, you know, it does very well, and people, you know, kind of tech forward. It kind of shuts down for a few weeks, and then when things happen like this and the format changes, everyone's kind of, you know, forgets about it, right? I mean, with all the new cards and all the meta shifts and everything, nobody's like, oh, I should prep for Decidueye. People are going to be playing Decidueye.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. If I go to the meta game too, just to take a look to see how many people were actually playing Decidueye. We had 4 people out of 100. So at one in every 100 people in the tournament, Rogerio, were playing Decidueye, which is just pretty interesting for sure. Pretty interesting.
I believe next days is going to be a little bit of a grow on that.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be some more people next time. But you know, we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. Did you you know, did you think that there was any matchup other than, of course, the Dragapult and maybe, you know, the Welder decks that was a little bit difficult for you? Or, you know, I mean, a lot of decks don't really have anything to tech for it. Like the new Urshifus probably don't really have anything in their deck to deal with the Decidueye.
The new Urshifu single strike is not easy. Not easy.
That's right. That's true. It's true. Yeah, I mean, they can hit through it.
They can hit through. It's not hard also because they take like a while to hit, and they need to hit like 6 times. But they have also the Howdons that can hit me.
Right.
But it's playable. Let me see. There is other matchups that are not easy, but I think I kind of remember them.
Yeah.
Because they are not like on the meta right now.
Right.
But it's kind of, I believe it's a kind of really good deck if you don't face like Eglash and Volcanion. Actually, there is a problem because you kind of force the people to play with little Pokemons, and it's very. I find it very pleasant because, you know, you face your opponent like building giant, big Pokemons with tons of energy and tons of HP to hit like a lot of damage, and they can't hit you. Just they can't.
Right. No.
And for me, it's very pleasant to play against it.
Right, and that's kind of what the format is right now, right? It's just a kind of a bunch of high energy attackers. Big Pokemon, VMAXs, right? VMAXs are very popular right now. I also think...
One thing. Yeah, people are playing Mew 3 with Welder, but Mew 3 with energy, the energy that I don't remember the name, called Rainbow Energy, I believe.
Oh yeah, Aurora.
If you play it with Mew, not Mew, Greninja, it's very hard. It's almost impossible.
Right, and Mew 3 Welder is a very popular list right now in this new meta, being Psychic type. I think that, you know, that is something that people can do. They can tech in Greninja in the list and play, you know, the Aurora version of it, which is what people might do. I think at the same time as well, a lot of people are playing still. Victini is now very popular VMAX, as well as Centiskorch still. And I think that those lists, as long as they're still incorporating, you know, 2 or 3 Volcanions in their list, I think that can help them for sure. So there's definitely things that other decks can do, other popular decks can do to make, you know, the matchup a little bit more bearable. But you know, at the same time, right, those lists are gonna have to prepare for Eternatus VMAX. So it's
also,
yeah, it's.
Yeah, I believe the new card that's called special energy. If you use it, you're going to be ready against this fly, and you're going to be ready against Eternatus.
Yeah, and that's right. I mean, if you're playing Urshifu, I think now you have to probably play Giratina in your list or play the fans, right? So that's, you know, that's definitely something to keep in mind for sure. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the list, it's definitely very good. You got the Snorlaxes, you got the 4-2-4 lineup between the Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye. All pretty good stuff. Like you said, you put the Mew in there as in replace of Fion. It was right, which
Tapfini.
Oh, Tapfini. Sorry. Yeah, so I mean, it's but I think Mew is obviously a very good staple right now, especially in this new format with all the stuff that's hitting the bench.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's kind of you need to use Mew on every deck.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Yeah. The level balls as well.
I believe this list is going to be even better because I have not tested some of the new cards, and I believe there is space for like XP share and make the list very better.
Yeah, XP share could be crazy. That's a very good idea.
I've tested it yesterday, and it's kind of make you like. I think you saw the finals. It's like very hard to, if you don't attach one turn, and if you use it, you kind of don't need to attach every turn. Like you can hit like twice with Decidueye, very easy. You
Yeah.
know, you don't have to like put back Mallow, Lana, attach, go for an energy.
Right.
I believe this can make it better.
For sure. Yeah.
Can becomes better.
For sure, man. Yeah, that finals match was a little bit sketchy. For those of you who haven't watched it, or if you guys want to watch it, I posted it yesterday on the channel. It's recorded. It's just. I'll link it down in the description below. I'll put an annotation up here as well, so you guys can go check that out. It's got almost 2,000 views, Rogerio. So people were pretty interested in watching you play in the finals.
Oh, I'm very happy to hear that.
So if you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I probably won't be playing any games with the Decidueye myself. It's just not a deck that I'm super familiar with, and I'm sure that people would rather watch the actual finals game. So we're going to leave it to that. But, if people also want to test out the list and maybe change a little things about it, just play it, just get their hands on it. The export, the list itself is going to be down in the description below. So you guys can definitely go check out Rogerio's list. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually have, like, too much else to really ask you, honestly, about the list. I guess I can just break it down a little bit before we get out of here, Rogerio. The 3 level balls, which is a new card in Battle Styles, I do think helps with the consistency of the deck. I think you can grab your Rowlet Dartrix. It's just a good consistency card to have in here. Because oftentimes we're grabbing our Decidueyes off of maybe Turffield Stadiums. Turffield Stadium is a very, very good card. I think it kind of comes in place of maybe like a Pokécom or Evolution Incense. So I think the 3 level ball is super cool. The 3 Poké Dolls also very, very cool for sure. Those kind of were pretty clutch in the finals as well. 2 Ordinary Rod, I think it's pretty much needed in the list. Now, Rogerio.
I put the 2 Ordinary Rods because of the 3 professors. The Japanese list didn't use any professor, so they use only 1.
Right. Yeah, and that makes sense.
On Ordinary Rod.
Yeah, that's smart. That's very smart, though, because, research gives it that faster pace, right? That little bit more consistency with its draws. But the drawback, of course, is discarding. So, you add some researches, add another Ordinary Rod. I think that's definitely pretty smart.
That's it.
What do you think about your high special energy count? So 5 special energies in the deck with fans going around now, Giratina being pretty popular. Did you find that to be an issue at all in any of your matchups?
Actually, I didn't, because I didn't face. I think I didn't face any Giratina, maybe on the Saint Scarf matchup, and I really didn't saw any fans. So it was like, oh, okay, I'm still playing that.
Well, right. I think if people were playing fans, we wouldn't have seen E-Turn in the finals, to be honest with you. But
yeah, you're right. It's a very good analysis.
But it's it's all good. And then it's a lot of really great stuff in here. The 4 quick balls, 4 candies, and then the 3 tag calls. I thought just the tag call implementation with the tag team supporters was just really smart. Gave the deck a lot of consistency, as well as that Mallow Lana, which just came in clutch in the finals. It was just a really good implementation into the deck. 2 Turffield and just 1 boss's orders in the deck. Do you think that maybe a list like this even needs boss's orders or needs more than 1 boss's orders? What's your opinion on just the 1 of?
I think 2 would be great, but there is no space. Just no space for it. It helps a lot, like on trapping big Pokemons from that have a lot of retreat costs. Because when people are playing against this, why they usually don't calm down and try to build what they are going to do and then actually do it. They try to like rush, and so they discard everything. They discard Switch, they discard Balloon. They don't discard Balance actually, but they put usually on the wrong Pokemon.
Right.
So it helps a lot, like to trap some Pokemons and try to go for the deck out. But finishing some games, it's very helpful because like you do the damage on the bench and
you boss something up, finish KO.
Yeah, against Eternatus, because you leave it with 20 HP. So if you boss like another thing, you can put 20 on Eternatus VMAX actually and kill it. So it's very helpful. I don't use it. In the end I kind of it was very hard for me to really use boss on this tournament. So actually I think you could like don't use it, but it's a very nice card to have on hand, actually even with syndicating, because you use one, then you can use it at
Right.
Another time.
Exactly.
I prefer even to have it on my Discord file, because I can tag call for syndicating almost any time, because I have 3 on my deck. So I don't have boss right now, but I will have on next turn.
Right, and you get to draw some cards. That's what I was about to say too. Like, you know, even probably just having the one Cynthia Caitlyn smarter in a sense, because you can grab another Mallow Lana or another boss's orders, or you know, whatever you need at the time, as well as drawing some extra cards in the process. So I think maybe just a one of each of those is actually smart. And I think the Guzma Hala, of course, goes very well in this deck. You can grab your Stadium, you know, you can grab your Special Energies, grab your Big Charms. You know, you just, the way that you have the deck built, I think the Guzma Hala definitely helps out a lot, for sure. Mallow Lana, I mean, I can't say it enough. If you guys haven't seen the finals match, go watch it. The Mallow Lana was insanely clutch to deal with those Hoopas and those Yveltals that, you know, were on those Eternatus' board, right, in his deck. So, you know, pretty smart for sure. And then the researches, roses, yeah, all the good stuff that you'd normally find in Decidueye. And then the 1 aromatic energy on top of the 2 weakness guard, 2 captures. Of course, weakness guard, you know, good against Volcanion and some of those fire attackers that you might have to deal with, like Blounds and whatnot. And then, of course, the capture energies for consistency. Do you think the aromatic energy ever came into play, like the effect of it, or?
Yes, it was very, very helpful. The effect of that wasn't, but it was a very, very nice card to have, because I can grab it with Guzma.
Exactly, and you need the grass, right? I mean, that's very smart. I didn't think about that.
I need the grass.
Yeah. So that's
yeah. Sometimes I have only the capture on my Decidueye, so I need the grass and I don't have how to pick it. So it was very helpful.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Do you think if you're playing this list, do you ever just like, you know, kind of remove some of those basics and just run like, you know, a few more aromatic energies just because they are searchable, or do you think that, you know, having 5 basics, 5 special energies is kind of the right balance?
Very good question.
Does it not matter to me?
No, it's a very, very, very good question. But on the tournament, I can grab the special energy with the common energy with Rosa, so it's kind of helpful. But
that's true. Yeah, that is true.
I believe there is space for 4 basics and 2 grass energy.
Awesome.
Grass special energy.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, aromatic. Yeah, makes sense to me, man. All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Like, I really appreciate you, you coming on and doing the interview with me, talking about your deck list. Kind of the perfect storm, guys. So, listen, you know, Decidueye is not going anywhere. There might be a new format. We might have some, you know, some fancy new decks, some fancy new fire type welder decks. But you know, you can't forget about Decidueye, and you definitely can't forget about Eternatus VMAX. I'll tell you what, if I see Eternatus VMAX in the finals again next week, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. I know all you guys have Giratina. I know you guys all have Fan of Waves. Just play that in your Urshifu list. Make sure that Etern does not get into finals again. But thank you so much, Rogerio, for not letting Etern win. I don't know if I could have...
I'm very happy with that, too.
I don't know if I could have dealt with another Etern winning our tournaments.
I'm very happy with that too, and thank you for the organization of the tournament. It was very, very nice.
Yeah, hey, no problem, bro.
Very, very, very nice tournament.
No
and
problem.
you do a very nice job. Thank you for that.
Yeah, hey, thank you for playing, man. That means a lot. So yeah, big shout out to Rogerio. He had a great run in the tournament. Big shout out to Augusto Berenger, of course. You know, his opponent in the finals. And big shout out to everybody who played. You know, if you're watching this and you played, you know, thank you so much. And you know, make sure that you play in Chill Series number 25 next week. It's going to be even bigger, even better. Now we have 300 Battle Styles packs in the prize pool, free entry. But on top of that, we have a 2011 Tropical Beach, which will be going to first place, which is absolutely insane. So big shout out to the Filthy Goat for donating the beach, as well as an extra 100 packs. Card Cavern with the 200 packs. It's going to be maybe the craziest Chill Series of all time. I'm hoping we can break our record of 400 players that we had this past week. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, Rogerio. I don't have too much else to say. Thanks for coming on yet again.
Thank you. Let me only say that I'm going to send a hug to a friend, and thank you for him from the help on the list. Eu gostaria de dizer muito obrigado ao Daniel, muito obrigado pela ajuda na construção da lista, pelos treinos, e é isso. I said just that I really am thanking from my fan with the help on the list and the trends, and I'm really grateful for him for helping me.
For sure, man. Yeah, no, not a problem at all. You know, give any shout out you want to give, man, for sure.
No, it's that it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get out of here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Matty from Chill TCG. We'll be back maybe later tonight or tomorrow, either way, to register for Chill Series number 25. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and yeah, we'll get out of here. We're going to see you guys next time.